I'm able to like freaking blow your mind in a way, I hope at least, you have not had your mind blown before. Because I have had some massive realizations, some massive expansion happening in my business, the way I understand the world, how I practice, how I work with people, all of these things. And I want to share it with you because I think this is just, when I heard this and when I came to this realization, it's like everything about being a woman and about being a man too, really, because this is really going to be applicable to men. And I'm sure all the men that check out my videos will feel the same way. They'll be like, whoa. And it's like, what are the driving factors that have us hustling consistently, that have us feeling like we're not good enough, like we have to be a certain way, we have to act a certain way, we have to do a set of standards of behavior, we have to do all of these things, do. What is the driving factor that has all of us looking outside of ourselves for answers to what we need to find joy in our own hearts, to be really and truly connected to our essence, to what makes us, to what makes us unique? We're always searching for something, searching for the next best thing, searching for a book that's going to make us feel better, searching for a partner, hoping that it's going to make us feel better. We are doing all of these things. And it occurred to me recently that it's like, there's no real driving factor behind this. There's so many things I say when I'm talking about how I support women, and there's things like feeling stuck in a rut, feeling emotionally exhausted, dealing with issues or challenges around feeling like you don't have boundaries or you're a people pleaser, all of these things, perfectionistic tendencies. But it's like, okay, yes, these are all like symptoms though. Like consider them as like symptoms to a much larger, bigger driving factor. We will call it a villain in this case, because I think that's something that all of us could really relate to. It's relatable, that term villain. What is the villain that is causing us to do all of these things, that is causing us to look outside of ourselves, thinking that the answers lie outward, as opposed to bringing ourselves back intuitively into the body and being like, okay, no, the answers are within me. But what is that driving factor? What is the villain? What is it called? What is its name? And this was really, really important because I threw around many, many things, but at the end of it all, what really fit, what landed more than anything else, and I gotta thank my coach for this, man. Holy cannoli, she knocked it out of the park with this, because her and I were banging our heads against the wall trying to find the right verbiage that was simple enough, but that was going to actually move the masses. That when you hear it, you're gonna be like, what? How? Here it is. The driving factor, the villain that is pushing all of us to look outside of ourselves is supposed to culture. Huh? How on the nose is that? This culture, this pressure that we feel from society, that we feel from, capitalism, patriarchy, consumerism, all these things, it's telling us how we're supposed to be. And I always allude to the societal book of life. Always. I always talk about that. We're always told, and we buy into this idea that if we just follow the societally acceptable path of life, we are going to be happy at the end of it. There is going to be happiness. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Just do all of these things and you will get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and you will have achieved happiness. And what happens with so many of the people that I either talk to, part of the community that I work with, women, all of them say, I should be happy. I followed the path. What's actually happened here is you followed a path that was dictated by supposed to culture, that wasn't dictated by you, that wasn't cultivated by you looking within and saying, what are my strengths? Really, really tapping into what you want, what's going to make you feel joyful, what happiness means to you, what that looks like, and then start living your life in accordance with that, being really in tune with the body. The body is filled with wisdom, but we don't actually even realize it because, again, we've been taught by supposed to culture to look outward, to gain our wisdom outwardly. Think of even the school system. We go to school, we get an education. We're always taught to look for knowledge and wisdom outside of ourselves, which, yes, obviously, if you want to know about specific things in the world, you have to look outside of you. But if you want to know the most about yourself, it's about really connecting to the intuitive body and being in a state of intuitive flow where your intuition is integrated and it is firing appropriately. You're in a place of homeostasis. That is what is the end goal, the ultimate goal. But supposed to culture has us spinning our wheels. We're like hamsters on a wheel, man, and this is mind blowing. And I couldn't believe it. It's it explains everything, even in terms of me as a counselor. Why is it when we live in a society where a lot of people could use that additional support to work through some specific challenges, to really go deep and understand unprocessed trauma? What is it that prevents people from doing that, aside from finances? Because obviously that is going to play a part in this. But aside from that, What is it that has us saying, oh, I don't need that, it's not for me, I'm okay, I'm fine? That's supposed to culture that says that you are weak, that says, okay, if you have to go and get support, you're weak, there's something wrong with you, you're broken. And it's like, no, like banging my head against the wall. No, if we could just say, okay, seeking therapy, seeking support is actually the route back to your intuitive self, to be in that state of intuitive flow so that you can be connected to the body, so you can live a life that is designed for you instead of designed by you. Designed for you, by you, instead of, oh my God, I went off and then I lost it. Being connected so you can live a life designed by you instead of living a life designed for you or suggested to you by supposed to culture. And I'm so excited about this. Obviously you can tell because I'm just talking a mile a minute. You're probably like, why can't she just slow down for just 2 seconds so I can understand? But this is really profound because this is the driving factor. If we think about, even myself personally, if I think about all of the things that made me feel like I wasn't good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, thin enough, all of these things, maybe I was massively addicted to shopping for a really long time in hopes that, and that's that consumerism, that factor, just buy this, just buy this, just buy this, you'll feel happy, follow the path, follow the path. I was buying, consuming, and I was frustrated and pissed off because I'm like, you said I was going to be happy after this. I'm not happy. What is the path home? I am tired of feeling this way. I am tired of feeling like I am not good enough. But this is what it is. This is this pressure, supposed to culture that is saying, no, this is your route. Instead of saying, okay, no, scratch that. What is my route? And it took me going to therapy and learning to be very intuitive and really building that relationship again with myself and being in my own body and understanding that I can ask myself all those questions, that I don't need to adhere to the path, that there are other ways. Which, believe it or not, that is tremendously scary to supposed to culture, because supposed to culture would like you to just do all the things it wants you to do because it serves its greater purpose. But at the end of it all, that isn't what's going to make you happy. Until you come home and start looking within, and that's really the work that I'm doing. I'm supporting you in connecting into that intuitive state of flow, to be one with the body, to understand what's getting in the way of you being in that flow-like state. Until we get there, that's what we're doing. And that is what's going to support you in cultivating your own joy. That is what is going to have you feeling like you are worthy and knowing on a soul level that you're here for a reason and that you do have gifts and you are worthy. That's the route home. You'll never find it outside of yourself, although supposed to culture would suggest otherwise. But hopefully this blew your mind the way it blew my mind. Let's get a conversation going. Let me know what you think about this villain that is supposed to culture. And if you have something to add to it, please let me know. I would love to have a conversation with you. And if you're interested in knowing how my method is the solution to really battling it out and duking it out with this villain of supposed to culture, drop me a message. I would love to have a full-blown conversation with you about it. I will try not to speak this fast. But anyways, I'm going to go. I'm going to get my day started. But as always, I hope you are happy. I hope you are healthy. I hope you are abundant. And of course, make it a great day. Make it a great day. This is running back home to yourself instead of running on the hamster wheel. Make it a great day. Okay, I'm out of here. I'll see you soon.